Happy Thursday. For Patreons, this video is released on Thursday. Friday is released to the general public. Alright, let's get right into it, guys. I have some massive amounts of Star Wars land news, Galaxy's Edge news, that came out over the past 48 hours, and I'm just gonna put on a nice video here for you, detailing every single bit of that information. We're gonna start with the costumes first. Um, there are at least 4 different types for the villagers. There's at least 4 different types of pants, 5 different tops, uh, plus lots of different hats, scarves, vests, jackets, belts, and the other accessories the cast members can mix and match to suit the weather and the mood, leading to over 55 overall combinations of clothing, which is for great for the cast members' comfort to be comfortable and um, for immersion as well. Looking at the first set over here, checking out the villagers' costumes, and these villager costumes are really Star Warsy, very authentic. We have lots of yellows, browns, darker colors that would be represented in the Star Wars universe and the movies, and it's like they plucked it right out here. These are the type of the summary outfits, except for the very left one, of course. There's you see the shorts, the shorts, the short sleeve shirts, and things like that. I love the colors again, the very brownish, the dark, these dirty yellow, as I call it, colors. And yeah, that's that. Moving down to more villagers colors, you see a version of the hat here. Um, and almost like that scarf looking type hat that Ray wears a lot in the movies. You see that the person to the very left, but again, and then see some vests and some different types of clothing, lots of layers of clothing, which is good for the winter times and cold months. And they can strip all that off and just wear very short sleeves and shorts in the summertime when it's 100 degrees out. But again, the very color schemes, these dark, dark colors, and it looks very villager. Even the shoes, the brown shoes, they're very villager, very what you call it, very Star Warsy, so to speak. Moving down here to the attractions costumes, we have the First Order to the right and the Resistance to the left. The First Order, very authentic, very, again, they did a good job pulling these right out of the movie. And, the cast members there'll be Resistance fighters, and the cast members just are playing Resistance fighters roles, and cast members playing First Order roles for the Rise of the Resistance attraction. So when you're in the hangar bay, you'll be seeing cast members in these dark black Resistance First Order First Order um, uniforms, while in the pre-show in the queue areas, when they're boarding you onto your shuttle, you'll be seeing cast members in the Resistance, these brown, raggedy brown um, uniforms here. And again, I really like these. It looks like they're pulled right out of the movie. Look very authentic to the Star Wars universe, and Disney did a fantastic job here with whoever designed these. The ones I'm not really sure about are the Smugglers Run uniforms, as I don't like those. I like the browns, again, those darker browns and the authentic kind of Star Wars colors, but the baby blue or the teal vests and hats that the Smugglers Run cast members are going to be wearing. Not really too sure about those. It's kind of these. You have the theme of dark colors, and then all of a sudden this very light color pops out. So I'm not too sure about that one. If they can make the vest darker, that'd be great. Or even, I don't know, just something darker. But maybe it'll look better when they're wearing them in person. Who knows? But to me, I don't particularly like the Smuggler's Run vest and hat costume. The rest of it looks pretty good though. Again, it's keeping in mind with that authentic Star Wars uh, color here. And in the come up to the next set of Star Wars the colors, we have the villagers again, but just different styles this time in the villager costumes. Um, Different styles in the villager costume this time. We have again these dark, but this is again more for the winter. These dark, the jackets, the headscarves, the beanies, these dark colors, and the yellow. People think, oh, you said the baby blue is too light. How about the yellow? Yellow is again, like, as I mentioned before, I like this yellow because it's almost like a dirty yellow. It's not like a super bright yellow. It's like I said, dirty yellows, and it's kind of a darker yellow, which is and it works well with these uniforms and matches well with the brown compared to with that baby blue, which really kind of pops out of nowhere. And what I really love are the name tags, just like the Wizarding World of Harry Potter in Orlando and Florida, or Orlando and Hollywood. They have different name tags from the rest of the park. Meaning you can go, let's say at Hollywood here, you can go to the Jurassic Park ride and see that they'll be wearing a certain the regular universal name tag. But you go to the Wizarding World, they're wearing these brown, tealish, yeah, these tea brown name tags that match with the uniforms, which is great. It makes it really immersive. And same thing here. The Star Galaxy's Edge cast members will bring this very metal, like futuristic Tomorrowland type Star Warsy name tags that will have their name in the Star Wars writing, and even in it'll be like the Star Wars like, future Star Wars font in English, but then underneath it in Arbish. I think that's how you call it. Aurebesh. That is the Star Wars the language over there in Batu. And so they'll have the name in Arabic and in English, which is pretty fantastic. And that is that looks really cool. I cannot wait to see. I wouldn't mind wanting to buy a name tag just as a souvenir for myself. All right, guys. Well, that was the Star Wars and costumes. This is part one of this massive Star Wars update. Part two is coming up right after this. It'll be literally right below it, or right above it. So definitely click it, definitely check it out. To continue this massive Star Wars update, we're going to talk about the shops, every single shop and restaurant and eatery that was announced last night, as well as some new details that were announced this morning on the Millennium Falcon and Smuggler's Sunrise. Stay tuned. Literally, just click on right above to continue the story. Bye bye.